If you could transfer your consciousness into a younger form of yourself in the past and relive your life knowing what you do now, would you do it? Yes, please. I might not be able to avoid being crippled by an autoimmune disease, but I could sure as fuck achieve something before then. This is one of those clearly and obviously yes questions. Even ignoring how easy it would be to get rich off stocks and gambling, you get a young body again, you can start using your current skills earlier, and you can undo any mistakes. The primary reason someone might be against this is if they've had kids or a sibling born that they wouldn't want to erase from existence. The exact same person isn't likely to be born again. Not now. I've spent most of the last 60 years fixing my life, now I'm where I want to be. In a heartbeat. I could live a 1,000 lifetimes and never get bored enough to want it to end. That sounds so weird. Like reliving old friends and so's knowing how they each went and already having memories with them before meeting them. Holy fuck no, I'm good. Sure, why not? Fixing some key mistakes and buying Bitcoin early sounds great. Also, I would be a fantasy football god. Yes, I would get rich buying stocks. If you invested $10,000 in Amazon for example in the late 90s, you'd have around $12,500,000 right now. No, I think the beauty in living is not being able to change the past. Can't imagine if I went back and fucked things up even more. Heavens no. I'm only now approaching a point where I can get out of a home that's been draining my mental health for years. Absolutely no way in hell I'd relive all of that. Not really. It's tempting, and a big part of me would love to do it. However, I like my life as it is right now. There is no guarantee that I would have the same partner or the same job. Fuck no. Ignorance truly is bliss. I used to have hope when I was younger. I had faith in things. Those were good years for me precisely because I didn't understand how the world works. I wouldn't go back to any time before my kids were born, or my kids literally might never be born. I would maybe go back a couple of months after memorizing the winning lottery numbers, though man shrugging. The second playthrough of a video game is never as good as the first. So I don't think I would. You'd inevitably either optimize the fun out of life, or chose a path your heart really isn't into. Depends on if I got to pick when. If yes, I'd pick a couple weeks after my youngest was born and immediately divorce the abusive piece of shit who fathered my children. If I can't pick and it goes back to pre-children me, then no. I could never make myself tolerate him again, even to have my kids again, and I'd pick to stay when I am. Depends how young. I'd like to change how I did college, but I wouldn't like to go through elementary school again with an adult brain. Yes, not even questioning it. My current life isn't bad, but there's been so many missed opportunities due to lack of knowledge/experience that would become a non-issue and I think would enrich my life so much more if properly taken advantage of. No, my life worked out the way it was supposed to for a reason and I'm finally the happiest I've ever been. Everything I went through when I was younger brought me to this point in my life where I'm engaged and have amazing friends. My family that I still kept around is amazing and it's just all around good right now. I personally could not ask for a better way for a life to turn out. Who would say no? Either you fucked up and want to correct it or you had such a good time you want to relive it. I don't know. Honestly, I really didn't like living through my younger years. I'm 25 now and would love to live at this age forever. But if I woke up at the beginning of high school or university, I don't think I'd want to go through all of it again. If I went back, would I be able to make the tough choice I needed to make that would prevent me from having the PTSD I now have, or would I not be strong enough even with the wisdom I have now? Or would I make the tough choice but still end up with PTSD from something else? Absolutely. Why not invest in thousands of Bitcoin when it was worth pennies, or AMC and GameStop stock? This is a boring answer, but I'd just do it all again. I have no regrets and I'm happy with how things are now. Even if part of my past was hell, I'd go through it again and again if I could keep things the way they are. No. Not because I wouldn't want to. I absolutely do. I just wouldn't want to do that to kid me. The world has completely ruined my mind and I'm no good to anyone anymore. If I was allowed to forget, then maybe. Nope. I lived through my traumatic childhood once. Barely. I might not make it a second time. I've actually thought about this quite a bit. No. Humans just aren't that fucking interesting. No. I've a daughter on the way, who I can't wait to meet, and I'd have to wait that much longer, assuming that anything I did differently doesn't derail the series of events leading up to her existence. I've actually already given it some thought. If my dad didn't buy me a Sega Genesis for my 4th birthday, I might not have ever ended up with my wife at all. Who knows, really? But that seemingly small decision of what to get me for my birthday all those years ago sort of set me down that path, in a way, looking back. The only mistake I've made in 23 years is taking others' advice. Don't even try to hold me back. Absolutely yes. I have ruined my life in so many ways. I fantasize so often about being able to rewind back to age 10, but with all the knowledge I have now. Probably. I'd not take that medication and maybe not set off my thyroid somehow. Unless my thyroid was gonna do off anyways. I'd have graduated with my degree. Most of my friends have left me because they are too busy, too stressed, got a so, or they still think I'm insane. Even if I didn't find them again, I'd find others. Yes. Provided I make some money, think of all the concerts I could go to. I have seen some great ones so far, but also missed a lot. I would probably be dead. I was so depressed as a child I never thought I'd make it this far. Not many people attached to me when I was younger. I would have said yes 1000% if asked last year. I could do so much better if I knew what I know now 10 years ago. I could have avoided so many bad things and ended up not getting into depression or the physical and mental agony that I've been through the last several years. But currently I have an amazing person as my girlfriend in my life I can't think of not meeting or getting to know. And if things were any different, I don't know if it would be even remotely possible for us to cross paths if the situation is even slightly different. If I could choose which younger version, yes. I'd likely make it after the birth of my kids so they still existed. If I went younger I know I'd make decisions differently that would lead to them not so likely just do some stock research. Jump back 5 years. Make bank. No. I wouldn't put at risk not having my daughter. So many variables went into that I wouldn't be able to love with myself if I never got her in the end. Not even for investing in Apple and Bitcoin. Maybe. Took me a while to fall in love with my discipline and now it costs money to give it my time. That and I've hurt a lot of people with naive selfishness, but it took a lot of trauma to shake all of that off. It'd be nice to go back and treat them kinder, knowing what kind of fool I've been, but I don't know how that works if it's my past I'm editing foot. Took my past to get me here, you know.